everyone, today on ALifeLearned I'm going to be taking you out of the set for the first time to introduce you to a project that I used to work on while in university. It was called Grow Wild, which was an acronym for Growing Roots Over Western and then Wild. And it's basically just an initiative to promote the growth of native plants to Ontario, particularly native wildflowers. And I had to leave the school a couple years ago, so I left the project to someone else. And in crossing over the campus over the summer, I came to find that this person had actually let the project go. They didn't pass it on to anyone else, and so nothing was happening with it. It was growing wilder than wild, and it is a wildflower garden, but gardens are still also supposed to be maintained, hence being called gardens and not just bushes. So, you know, none of the paths were maintained and everything just kind of went crazy over the summer, and I really wanted to see if anyone was interested in picking the project back up within the EnviroWestern segment of the USC, which is within Western. So I contacted the coordinator of EnviroWestern, and she was very interested in getting the project going again, actually, and no one seemed to have a lot of the information about what was going on with it. It just literally got dropped. So I was happy to provide a lot of information that she needed about getting it going, and I've been working on trying to clean it up and get it looking more like a garden, cleaning up the paths and stuff to reintroduce it to a current student, and hopefully one of the current EnviroWestern members will be interested in being an executive of it this year. So I just thought it might be a little fun to bring you guys outside of the set for the first time and show you some of the work that I'm trying to do and get friends to help me do on this project. So stick around to learn more about this cute little gardening initiative and my attempts to revive it.
An idea.
An escape.
Ideas are bulletproof.
So you can see over there is the garden, which can be seen from the bus stop over here. But we're heading that way to go to the shed. We are currently with Aiden. Hi Aiden! And Shane's gonna be meeting us later to help. So let's go to the shed. That's the shed. So you can see there's tennis. No, that's the ice rink and the tennis courts. And then we're on like the corner. And around there is all that construction and stuff. And actually, like right up there, that's where the garden is, around that building. Up there, around that corner, is the garden. I'll show you. But anyways, from there, right over here, Aiden is going over to the shed. And we will get some tools from the shed. So it hasn't been touched in quite a while. I opened it the other week, but this is the shed. We haven't been able to figure out how to open that other door, so work in progress. So this is all the stuff in the shed, and we're just gonna grab some forks and stuff, and because we're trying to till up the dirt and get some trees that are trying to plant themselves to not be planted. So now we're heading over to the garden. Across the street, it's over there. We have our tools of tooliness. He's got his tool of tooliness to clean out the dead of deadiness. So, just heading this way, and then you can see we're at the corner, and then Aiden is heading for where the garden is. So the garden is up there, but like kind of beside that tree. Aiden's doing all the hard work. There, you can see it now. See up there? Like the bush is where the garden starts. Kind of like the bush to the tree. And from what it looks like, they never got around to cutting the grass yet, so that sucks. But I'll just email Mark and ask him if he's got around to it. This is the bottom view of the garden. You can see. Sorry if it sounds super windy with the microphone right now. As you can see, what happened was I asked Grounds through email to help me cut the grass below the garden. So that's like from the flowers down, and they cut from the flowers up. So they kind of took out the garden, but you know, plants regrow. They mostly saved us work, but at the same time they took a little bit of the rose bush, which sucked a little. I was mightily devastated when I first saw it. But yeah, there's a perk, because they saved us time in having to clean it up. And now all we're gonna do today is just finish cleaning up all this straw and crap. And then we're also gonna like dig up, there's all kinds of maple trees trying to grow through the paths. So we're gonna dig them up as well and just try to make the paths more visible, because there's a path over there and a path along the bush over there. So here we have the top of the garden. You can see is the sign that I painted. It's already wearing away. Well, I guess 2 years isn't totally unreasonable. It's growing roots over Western. And the general idea is just to promote the growth of native wildflowers within Ontario. And so, you know, there's rose bush, which used to spread out to about there. And oh gosh, there's all kinds of others. I'm not even sure because all the labels have been demoed by weather or by how do you say, maintenance? But here's one of the paths. And there's Shane working hard and helping and being awesome. And there's Aiden working hard and helping, digging up all of those silly maple trees that are trying to plant themselves everywhere. And then there's the other path, which needs to be cleared out a little bit, but most of it was cleared out last week by Bonner, because he and I came here before. All the way down. And then directly behind is just where we dump all of our stuff. So yeah, that's the gist of the garden. It's just basically an environmental program run by EnviroWestern, which is a part of the USC, the University Student Council. And it's an opportunity for a student to be an executive of promoting the growth of native flowers to Ontario. You get to put it on your resume, which looks pretty cool if you're going into environmental studies. And it's just a really good learning experience to learn about gardening and get involved with the campus. So for me it was a lot of fun, and I was pretty disappointed to see that the executive who came after me didn't keep the program going out of loss of volunteers or what have you. So I am trying to get others to see if they have any interest in the garden and to check it out, because it's again a really good opportunity to get involved with the campus and to learn about gardening and native plants to Ontario. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and feel free to comment below about your gardening experiences and whether you think I should do another video outside of my set. I'm sorry if it was super noisy and windy I'm having microphone issues. But please join me again next week where I try again to share a little something I've learned in life.